really just digging his feet in here with 4 bases, 189 supply, as a Disruption Nova does go forward, and more Zerg coming in from behind as well. Colossus are in trouble. They may start to go down. Creator has to move them backwards, and the Banelings are connecting with so much up front. Not that many light units, but not that many units, period, for Creator. The force fields are going to be a nuisance here for Dark to try to penetrate through, as Creator does get a scout forward, and Dark is preparing his defensive position here. But Creator is locked into this. There's no third base back at home yet, so now he's going to try to poke in a little bit. The force fields are going to be his most clutch tool here. Has to make excellent use of them, as both of these players inching their way forward. Still not yet pulling the trigger, and there we have the first set of force fields down. Great catches there from Creator, as this Warp Prism is continuing to warp in more and more charge lots as well. It's a lot of Banelings, so Creator does have to be careful. Another set of force fields does go down. That is so many Immortals, though, so many army units here for Creator, as Roaches, Ravagers trying to rain down death from afar, trying to get rid of these force fields. But Creator is getting the job done on the north side against those Queens, and now Charge Lots diving in, diving out. They do not want to take connections from those Banelings, as everything... a lot of the Banelings here are cleaned up from Dark. Creator still has a lot of army, though. Slowly but surely plodding his way forward. And Dark's forces here are split between his 2 main bases and the natural base. Not what you want to be in a nice force field. Will see to it that the rest of Dark's army is locked out, and Creator does have the overmatch here. His third base is deeply in danger of falling. Continuing to warp in more and more charge lots is Creator, and now Dark pulling away the drones, but he knows it's not going to be enough, and Creator will take game number 1. This does look to be enough here from Creator to start pressuring this left-hand side base, although the Zerglings do get all the way in between these Stalkers, so forcing the blink backwards there. Blink backwards are nice, so, and now that the Colossus are in the fight as well, and Dark knows he's going to need a little bit more power, and has a nice answer in the Lurkers here. More and more are morphing in. Creator trying to make a lot happen before more Lurkers step onto the field. Nice yoinks there from Dark, but a nice save as well from Creator. The Warp Prism Micro was indeed very helpful, keeping that Colossus alive. But Dark still able to press forward. Third Colossus does join the battlefield now, and Creator trying to utilize the Micro. The Warp Prism does get sniped out. Great pick off there from Dark, taking away a lot of the muscle. His position is starting to strengthen more and more. We do have a nice chunk of Lurkers. Aggressive blink in here from Creator, trying to snipe some units and slow down this push. And the Stasis Wards are actually catching a lot here. Will indeed slow down this counterattack from Dark onto this 4th base. Although Dark, in his typical Dark style, trying to keep Creator off balance at the same time, moving down onto this 4th base. Lurkers are moving, burrowing. Gonna cause a headache here, as we do have some Disruption Novas. Some decent connections there. Creator, though, is counter-attacking. He has no interest in defending, so a little bit of a base trade and some chaos already in game 2 of this best-of-3 winners match. If you do like chaos, do like the video. Subscribe for even more chaos, as that is so many Lurkers now threatening this 3rd base from Creator. Creator does not have a lot of army, but he's trying to make do with what he can. Mainly Stalkers, charge lots, just sending everything across the map, truly racing against each other to trade out bases for bases here. Creator, though, has lost more workers, so he will be forced to tap out Dark back onto the scoreboard. Stasis wards galore for Creator as well. Hopefully they'll be able to catch some of those Banelings, as we do have more Colossus joining the fray here. And Dark now setting up a decent surround, trying to come in from all sides. Stasis wards catching a nice number of them. Everything, though, sort of disparate and separate. Good chunk of Creator's army on the left-hand side is surviving, and the shield battery will ensure that the rest survives as well. And nice little defense here from Creator, as we do have several Zerg units still left here. Creator should not forget about these, and he will not. The Baneling is trying to reach and get to the probes, but the pull away is there at the last minute, as he's just trying to stay active on the map. keeping tabs on what Dark is up to. That is a lot of Zerglings, though, calling for the Oracles, although they don't have that much energy here, so forcing some force fields. And now Dark, Creator, gathering everything, and that is just so many Banelings with more on the way. Dark obviously wants to get some big connections here. Is probably going to wait until Creator steps more onto the creep, as the creep is relatively far forward in front of his bases. The Creator really just digging his feet in here with 4 bases, 189 supply, as a Disruption Nova does go forward, and more Zerg coming in from behind as well. Colossus are in trouble. They may start to go down. Creator has to move them backwards, and the Banelings are connecting with so much up front. Not that many light units, but not that many units, period, for Creator. As everything is cleaned up here from Dark, some massive connections, massive cleanups. And Dark again gonna drop a Nidus, just trying to pull Creator's attention away, although Immortal with the cannon will be able to defend it. And what a clutch scout here from Creator. Does see the Banelings. Zerglings are not going to be much threat here on hold position, as they do get obliterated. But Dark does scout that Creator has moved into that late game Skytoss tech. Both of these players playing it a bit more cautiously. They know what the other is capable of offensively. So they don't want to just throw this final crucial match away. As we do have a Nidus going down in the main base. It may just pop out, though. It may just get destroyed right when I say it might go down. Although these Lurkers are now coming forward. Dark knows he has a limited window of opportunity before more Skytoss units come out. So targeting down that 6th base, as Creator is moving forward with a bit of a force on the left-hand side. Banelings as well coming onto that 4th base, and that is just so much anti-ground force there, effectively locking Creator out. Another Nidus going down in the natural base. Dark doing what he does best, trying to create as much chaos as possible. Probes going down on that 5th base, and Creator just trying to hold on while the carriers do come out online. As now the Lurkers, they are pretty bunched up, so some Storms actually can do a great deal of damage, and those are a lot of Immortals. If they don't get chunked through by the Lurkers there, Creator may be able to hold on to this base. As trying to morph in some Archons before finally pulling the trigger and getting rid of the Zerg force that has so rudely intruded itself into the natural base of Creator. Nice cleanup there. And Creator actually able to clean up a lot of Dark shenanigans, and now is developing his own push forward. And keep in mind, we still have some carriers on the way already, 2 out on the map. An annoying Lurker. I'm gonna need some detection to get rid of that one. But Creator does have the larger army as well. So Dark may have just lost a bit too much in his attempts to try to close out the game. As now Creator is pressuring that right-hand side. This Lurker, though, is still in activity, denying the mining. Gonna force, actually, this pullback from Creator's army. As another Knight is gonna be dropped down, and this actually will force a recall of some units, or most. We do have more Lurkers, more Hydras pressing forward. The carrier is not yet together. The Hydras really want to dive in on that carrier. And again, denying that base there. Taking out a carrier as well. Mothership is on the way. Is almost complete. And now, Creator actually gonna pull his own surround here on the Zerg forces. This really is not a lot here for Dark, as this position gets completely overrun. Losing a good chunk of army as well here is Creator. And now, with the carriers in tow, it does look like this push coming forward has some game-ending potential. Dark is trying to muster as many forces as he can. Creator knows it is his time now. Final game of the winner's match. And he is slowly plodding his way forward. This is indeed a scary Zerg force. We do have Storms on the table as well. Can't lose the War Prism. And still a larger army here for Creator. Dark just does not have the numbers, still relying on Hydra Lurker. And now Dark gonna try to poke through, gonna try to abduct the carrier here. Storm's going down right side. Mothership finally, slowly but surely joining the battle. And it is all over as Creator will take game number 3. Fight Night friends, if you enjoyed watching this amazing back and forth battle, go ahead, take your mouse, hover it back and forth between the like and subscribe button, ensuring that you click on each as you do so. Thank you for watching today's cast. I've been your host, Stasis, and I'll see you next time on StarCraft 2 Fight Night.